everyone, today we are going to be doing the tutorial for the gift box with acetate and double-sided adhesive from the January Silhouette Life Inspiration Box. So the materials that you need is the extra fine loose glitter from Silhouette America. Then you'll need your permanent adhesive roller. You're going to need the clear acetate sheets, the double-sided adhesive sheets, there should be 2 of them, and your white cardstock. Once you have all of those, open up your Silhouette Studio, and I'm going to show you all of the settings in the Design Studio to get it ready to cut out on your cameo.
Okay, so here we are. We have our Design Studio open and we have the tutorial open. I like to do it side by side when I'm starting out so that way I can follow along and do it in my studio at the same time. So we already have our materials ready. We just went through those. So now we're going to go down here to where she starts getting into the cut file and everything like that. So the design is already ready for you. You just have to scroll down to the bottom, so through the tutorial. And I'm just going to click Studio Format. I'm going to click Download. And then if I just click on this, it will open it in my studio. Okay, so it's having a problem with some of the settings, but that's okay. We will go ahead and fix that through the tutorial. So now scroll back up. Okay, so we are going to start out by cutting the white cardstock. So that's going to be the top and the bottom bases of the gift box. And in the cut file, we need to isolate the pieces that need to be cut from white cardstock and move them onto the cutting area. So she says here, these ones are to be cut in double-sided adhesive. This is to be cut in white cardstock. So that's super nice how the file is already ready for us. So I'm going to drag all of this, and I'm going to take it off my screen, and I'm going to drag the white cardstock onto my screen. And it fits way nice onto this 8.5 by 11. She already has the form set up with the size your sheet should be and the settings there. So I'm going to come back down here. She says jump on over to the Send tab and let's look at the cut settings. Let's do that. Okay. With the standard white cardstock, you can use the default cardstock settings in Silhouette Studio. So I'm going to change this. Cardstock plain. She says to be sure to do a test cut if you're working with a new material. I cut cardstock all the time, so I'm not going to do a test cut. But if you haven't worked with cardstock, definitely do a test cut. Make sure your blade, your machine, and everything is ready to do that cardstock, that material. Okay, so that's how we're going to do the cardstock. Now I'm going to show you each piece in the Design Studio, and then I'll film cutting each piece just so we can make it quicker. So I'm going to go back to Design, and I'm actually going to open New tab. So File New and File New. And then I'm going to skip through the tutorial to where we're going to get the double-sided adhesive sheet. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over here. That's the acetate. Okay, I'm going to make this bigger for a second. I want whatever we're cutting in double-sided adhesive, which I think I put it down below. Okay, so I'm going to copy this, Command C if you're on a Mac, and I'm going to paste it over here. And it's already at 8.5 by 11, so that's good. We can play with this in just a second. So let me minimize it back down. All right, so double-sided adhesive. So we're going to put it on the 8.5 by 11. I'm going to turn on the cut border so we can see where it's going to be where it's going to be cutting. I'm going to do a 12 by 12 mat. So that'll show me the whole area that we have to cut on this sheet. So in the Send tab for this one, I'm going to make sure it says double-sided adhesive right here. And I'm going to be doing a test cut. I'll show you though. I haven't done a test cut on double-sided adhesive before. So these settings she said will work just fine. So I'm going to go back to Design, scroll through the tutorial, and now I want the acetate sheet. So I'm going to go back here. I'm going to make sure this is the acetate file, which, okay, I'm still getting used to this mouse. All right, cut in acetate. So Command C, go to my Untitled 3 here. We're going to go to Send. Oh, really quick, I want Show Cut Border. So that way, and have a cutting mat. So that way it will show all that. Put my design on here. Go to Send. This one we want cover stock settings. Cover stock heavy. Cover stock heavy. Okay, these are the settings we want there. So now all those are ready in my studio. So I'm going to go back here really quick and show you just some other tips. Since I'm going to be doing a test cut on this one, I'm going to move the file over to the right-hand side of the piece of paper. Same with here. I'm going to be doing a test cut here, so I'm going to move this over. See how when you click send, your words aren't set to cut. She already figured that one out for us. We don't have to worry about the words there. And this one, oh my gosh, I'm going the wrong direction. I'm really struggling. There we go. This one I'm not doing a test cut, so I am, oh, I think my mouse is possessed because I'm not touching it right now. Okay, there we go. This one I'm just going to show cut border, and I'm going to get it to fit as well as I can at the top, and then I'll have all of this to put in my scrap cardstock pile. Okay, so each of these are ready now. On the Send tab, we have their settings all ready to go. So now I'm going to go ahead and cut them out and start that part of this video. So give me 1 second, and we will do that.
Okay, so we are ready to go. So I have my white cardstock sheet set up on my mat. I'm going to feed it into my machine. Load cut mat. My settings on my computer say that the blade needs to be at 3. I have the premium blade, so I'm just moving it over to 3. Now that's in here. I'm not going to do a test cut, and I'm going to send it. So here we go. Okay, so my white cardstock just finished cutting, so I'm going to unload this, and you can see all of the cut lines and the perforated lines, and I'm just going to carefully peel up the excess away from the cardstock. And cardstock, make sure you're not ripping any of the material you are using, so you may want to go kind of slow. Okay, so now I have this excess, that is trash, and I'm going to carefully peel up these, especially because they are perforated. You don't want to accidentally rip them or fold them the way they're not supposed to go. So I'm just going to set these in a pile with anything else that I need. And then let's see. Okay, tip for getting these off is use your scraper. I don't have mine close by me, so I just use my fingernails. Perks of having long nails right now. I'm just going to put these over here. Alright, so make sure you get all of that off. And next we're going to cut our double-sided adhesive. This is the yellow back, white front. So you want to cut with the white side up. So I'm going to position this. They also say to make sure your mat is plenty sticky because it moves a lot. I'm going to test it out. Mine's kind of middle of the ground, and if it moves, we can... I use painter's tape to hold it down if my mat's not sticky enough. So I'm going to load it, just like everything else. Load cut mat. And then the settings for double-sided adhesive are to have our blade at a 4. So I'm going to change that to a 4. Now I am going to do a test cut because I want to make sure I have this right. So then you just click test. Oh, the settings are to do 2 passes, so that's why it's cutting the test cut twice. So I'm going to unload it, and now I'm going to see, so it cut all the way through, and then we have the adhesive. So I'm going to go ahead and keep that. I don't want to mess with it and not have it cut enough, and it's not cutting too much into my mat, so I'm going to keep those settings. So I'm going to load it back up, load cut mat, and I'm going to click send. Okay, so now that is going to be cutting, and then we'll go on to the clear acetate. Okay, so the double-sided adhesive just finished cutting, so we're going to click unload, and then I'm going to peel up. Oh, alright, so it is going to want to peel off the top of your adhesive. I don't want it to do that yet because I am not ready to apply it to its surface. So when it's doing that, when it's wanting to peel up the white, just press down on the white while you're peeling up the other sections. And then you'll just force it back on. So same thing down here, press and hold. Press and hold, press and hold. Ah! Alright, so then we have this extra. I'm going to save some of this, so it's going to go in my use for scraps pile. Then when you're peeling it off from here, make sure you get the yellow backing. Okay, so white on front, yellow on back. That's what we want. So we're going to peel off both of these. Put it with the cardstock. Alright, same here. And then this last piece down here. Okay, so now we're good. We're going to do the clear acetate. I can clean it up later. But you're going to apply it right here onto your mat. Alright, and then load it in. This is really trippy because it is clear. Load cut mat. Your blade is supposed to be at 7, so we're going to bump this up to 7. And then I'm going to do a test cut. So, oh, the other thing I realized with the white cardstock is it cut out the words white cardstock. So on your design, just ungroup it, and you can even just mark it as no cut on that section. So I want no cut on just in cut in acetate. Okay, so then we have everything else ready to be cut, and I'm going to do a test. See how this goes. I've never played with acetate before, so I'm just excited as you guys are. Okay, so just finished that. I'm going to unload it, and I'm going to pull it off. And it worked. There's our little test cut square. So then I'm going to load it back in. Line it up with the blue lines. Load cut mat. Once that's loaded, just click send. Okay, and then that's our last piece, so then we'll put it all together. Okay, so the clear acetate just finished cutting, so let's unload this and see how it did. Oh, it's looking good. Let's see. Just making sure. Okay, so all this peeled off, so that's good. And then let's carefully peel this off. And it does have those cuts in the middle, so you kind of have to be careful again. We don't want to rip our project. Okay, so just, especially down when you get to like right there, hold on to both pieces. Okay, so now we have this. So I'm going to move my cut mat out of the way. We're done with that, and I'm going to turn off my Cameo. I use the Silhouette America dust cover for my Cameo, so I just put that back on. Okay, so now it's time to assemble. So I'm going to take the white cardstock piece and my adhesive roller. So you're going to want to take this edge right here and fold it along that perforated line. So I like to fold it over and then back up. So then you're going to fold this perforated line right here, and we're going to fold that over. And we're going to do the same with this piece at the end. So now we're going to fold in these two pieces, and this piece is going to fold up and over them. So I like to bend all the pieces with perforated lines to begin with, so then they're easier when I'm ready to do it. Okay, so now these ones are all ready. So I'm going to take my adhesive roller, and I'm going to apply a little bit to the top, like the outside part of this flap. So I'm just going to do 2 stripes so I get both sides of it, and then I'm going to fold up and line up the edges before I press down. So I'm lining up right here, and then I just pressed it inside. So now that corner is stuck, and we're going to do the same thing to the other corners. So do 1 strip there, except, all right, mental note, what I just did wrong, so you guys can see. I like to be very honest in how I do these. So I just applied the adhesive to the inside. However, I wanted my square to be like this. So that's okay. What I'm going to do though, because now it's going to have, now it's sticky on this side and I didn't want it like that. So I'm going to take, I'm looking for my cardstock. I'm going to take a piece of cardstock, and I would cut it, but I'm just going to rip it to fit exactly what I just put the adhesive on. So just going to do a little bit there, rip off the excess. Now it doesn't look very flattering, but hopefully you won't be able to see it, and I'll just make note that this one is just for my personal use, not to actually gift this. But that's a way you can cover up double-sided adhesive, or you could put the glitter, anything like that, to make sure that you're not getting sticky, getting it stuck to the acetate, stuff like that. So now make sure you're doing it on the outside. So I'm going to do this one. And now I'm going to fold up this side and adhere. And then this one, I'm going to make sure I have it where I need to put the adhesive. So on the outside, folding up and doing that. And then the last one, folding in and lining up, and then boom. So now we have the top. So I'm going to do the other one, fold all the pieces, fold top and bottom, fold top and bottom. Okay, so now we're going to do both of these. Okay, fold up, push in. Make sure you line up the edges before you're pressing. That way you're making sure that your box is straight. Just that one. And doing this one. Okay. So then I'm lining up. Okay. And lining up the edge on this one. Okay. So now we have top and bottom of our acetate box. So the next step is we want to apply the adhesive to this piece of cardstock. So I'm going to take my Silhouette mat cover and I'm going to do the top side of it to have a place for my glitter to go. Then you're going to take the adhesive. So I'm going to peel off the yellow backing. Oh, nope, we're going to peel off the top backing because that's what wants to come off with the adhesive not on it. So this is the white backing. We're done with that. And then we're going to line it up on this cardstock. So let's see how we can do this. I'm going to try to go from one corner and line it up. Ugh. Uh-oh. Try not to do that, what I just did, because it ripped the cardstock. So, there we go. Not too bad. Second try. Press it down, and then you're going to want to peel up the yellow. So the adhesive should stay on the white, on the cardstock. So, there we go. That was successful. Now we're going to take our glitter, scrolling down in the tutorial. Okay, so we're going to glitter it. So I'm going to take off the lid on this clear or green glitter. And I put this below it so I can save any of the excess. So I'm just going to lightly sprinkle my glitter over this. Alright. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick it up. And I'm going to kind of tap from the bottom. Actually, I don't like that. I'm going to tap from the side. And I'm going to try to move it all around. And I'm going to go down here. And then I'm going to try to get down here again. Okay. Glitter everywhere. So now I've just got it lightly glittered. I like that amount. I just like light. You could go heavier if you wanted. So I'm going to brush off my hands. Kind of hate working with glitter. Okay, so then I'm going to move this over. Throw away the piece of cardstock we don't need. To save all this excess, I'm going to bring my mat in and kind of make a hot dog with it. I'm going to tap both sides. And then I'm just going to funnel this back into the container. Now, if you're using this sheet like I did, use the top of it so that the bottom doesn't get glitter on your cut mat, because there's always some that stays on. So then there's more, so I'm just, yeah, probably just going to wipe that off with a towel if I'm being honest. Okay, so then got this, put a lid back on the glitter, and, well, all right, next step. We are going to do this, the clear acetate that I have stuff all over. So clean this off really quick. Clean off this side as much as I can. Okay, then you're going to take the piece. Actually, I'm just going to leave this. We're going to keep working on this because we have to glitter something else too. So I'm going to put the cardstock side. You want that on the inside. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to take, let's see, we're going to fold the clear acetate over, but we want it onto the back. Okay, here we go, guys. We want it like this, because then, how'd she do this? Hold up. I got to figure this out myself. Oh, here we go. Okay, so we want this back here. So I'm going to put a strip of adhesive down the inside of this. We're in this together, you guys. We got it. So I'm going to put a clear adhesive strip down that. Then I'm going to take this and make sure we're adhering it to the white cardstock side. Line it up. We can also just do it like this. Okay, press down. Now that is adhered together. So then we need to do it, look at how much glitter is left. Then we need to do it on the other side. So what I'm going to do this time, I'm going to try a different method, is put a strip down the sheet of cardstock. That way we can line it up right there. Okay, so then fold this back up, find this piece that has the cut edge, and we're going to line this up with the cardstock. Okay, and then press it in. So then we have the formations of a gift box, a very glittery gift box. That's my fault for the situation in which the glitter is on my desk. But now that we've done that, we're going to apply the glitter to the top and bottom caps of this. So we're going to take these two pieces, and these are going to be ended up wrapping around these. So the back doesn't have any. That's how this is working. So what we're going to do is I'm going to take off whichever side wants to come off the easiest, which is going to be the white backing. And I'm going to sit it like this, and then I'm going to line up one side. Okay, so this side is lined up pretty good, so I'm going to press this down, and then I'm going to fold over. And I'm a little crooked, that's okay. And then fold this side. Okay, a lot crooked at the end. So we can just trim this, but I'm going to end up probably just pushing the adhesive down onto the inside again. So little pieces, make sure you're not crooked. So then, take it off. There's also a bubble right here. We're just going to press it in. Okay, so we'll just have a little line. So this is really a what not to do video. And I'm actually going to press this onto my mat and try to pick up any of the glitter. I'm not getting a lot, but I'm getting a little. Oh, that's why this side didn't have... You guys, I was pressing on a side that didn't have adhesive. So, well, that would be a plus. If you want it to stick to it, make sure your side has adhesive on it. So I'm cleaning up my mat with this. I'm not going to do it to my desk because I don't know if my desk is clean all the way. And I don't want it to be dirty. I just wanted to pick up the extra. So then, what I'm going to do is I'm going to just do a little pile. And that way I can just dip it. I'm just going to use the dipping method for this. So dip it all the way across. Find your next adhesive side. Dip it, dip it, dip it, dip it. You can drag if you want. Dip. And then dip, 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 dip on this side. Okay, so again, mine is very light. I think it also has to do with the color is very light. It's a very light green. Okay, so then, once you're done with one, you can press it, or you can like push your box inside of it. So I'm going to line up one side. Yay! Alright, there is one piece of our box. Except I did it the wrong way. So we'll fix that. Because you want the glitter to be at the back of it. Or your non-glittered side to be at the back. Alright, push that inside. And you could do adhesive to hold it down better if you wanted. It's easier for the recipient if it's not, at least on the top. So I'll show you how we're going to do that. So peel off this one, and we're going to do the same thing as we just did. That one went really good. Alright, that one went good. There we go. So then just peel off the yellow. There we go. And dip in your glitter. So there's that side. There's this one. And I'm pressing on the inside of it to help get that as well. So then I hope you guys like these like real-time videos. I want you to see how long it actually takes me to do it. So you know if it's taking you an hour, that's normal or not normal, or, you know, you can get used to it. If you don't like it, I'm always open to feedback, so let me know. Right now I'm pushing some more glitter into the adhesive with my finger. Especially on this side, but I think it's pretty good. Okay, so then if you want it to be stuck to the lid, just put a little strip of adhesive on either the acetane or in your lid. But I am not. I'm just going to push this in and then fold out some of the edges a little bit. And there is our gift box. So the only other piece to this, oh, glitter everywhere. I'm just getting it off before I touch my mouse. Okay, so the only other thing she talks about is this other piece that we cut out. So this would go on the inside of one of your lids. So you could press it in here. So that way you could put a necklace in. So you could loop it through these two tiny holes. Can you see them? Nope. There's two holes in here. So then you can loop the necklace, the charm necklace that we're making in another video, through here. So just take off the adhesive, put it on the inside. I'm not going to do it till I have the necklace ready to go, but that's how you would do that. So that is the gift box with double-sided adhesive and clear, I don't know if it's acetane or acetate, not acetane. So clear acetate and double-sided adhesive. Let me know if you have any questions. I have glitter everywhere now, so I'm going to go clean this up, and I hope you enjoy. Subscribe to my channel. Thank you.